Hello, everybody, and welcome to Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in beautiful Irvine, California. It is time for some NISA soccer action. We have the home team, the Los Angeles Force, ready to take on the visitors, Albion San Diego. I'm Art Takari, along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play live on FIFA Plus via TV Max. Now, Dennis, we're getting ready for a really exciting matchup. These LA Force players clearly are still, and they clearly have got to be buzzing over that 2-1 come from behind victory over Chattanooga. And on the flip side for Albion, of like 3 scoreless draws in their last 3 matches, they're in a drought right now.
The victory over Chattanooga FC for LA Force catapulted them into second place on 31 points. They're now ahead of 3 teams battling for third place on 30 points. Albion is one of those right there with Maryland Bobcats and Michigan Stars. This is a very pivotal match. Last time that these two teams are going to face each other during the regular season of their 5 matchups. This is the last one. They could still face each other again in the playoffs. Who knows what could happen later. But this match could determine Albion jumping back into second place. It could mean LA Force creating a little bit of space between them and the other teams. And we have some changes in the lineup tonight for LA Force.
Definitely a few changes from their previous match. Actually, only 2 though. So for the most part, head coach Matt Morse, sticking with a pretty familiar lineup. And we'll talk. But then with Albion, actually no changes at all from their previous match. I mean, what do you think's going through the head of Diego Gomez, head coach of Albion?
You got to find goals, right? 3 consecutive scoreless draws, and they only have 19 goals across 18 matches this season. Where are the goals going to come from for this Albion side? Their leading scorer right now is Lennon Carrion, who's mostly been a substitute player for them this season. He's gone 3 goals and 2 assists. And here's a look at the LA Force starting lineup.
Of course, these LA Force players will be looking to get off to a fast start. I don't expect them to just be pressing all out. That they are obviously going to be a little weary of what can take place with Albion. Away from kickoff, and when going over the LA Force roster, we already went over the starters, but one player who's out and an injury scratch tonight for LA Force, Dex Kynan, a big loss for the LA Force. They were able to win that last game against Chattanooga, so I'm not trying to get into that mindset of they're fine without him, but they're definitely going to be missing him in more than one way.
Yeah, it's hard not to miss Dex Kynan, miss that experience, miss that calmness that he brings to Force's defense as we get a look at Albion's starting lineup. But always a team without that level of experience at a center back position is going to miss it, and LA Force is no different.
This should turn out to be an exciting one. I think this is one of those matchups where it's tough to make predictions on what to expect right from the start. Are both teams going to be taking the game to each other, wanting to get that early goal? Are both teams going to try and settle the ball a bit, try and maintain possession, and then wait and see who can open up first?
Both teams are coming off games against Chattanooga FC. LA Force's game was 10 days ago, last Wednesday. Albion's game was this past Sunday, so they're just 7 games off of that match. How much of that at this point still plays in, hard to say, but I think it's going to be a competitive match at both these teams in warm-ups. Clearly we're into it and we're getting prepared for what they think is going to be a physical match tonight.
So as I mentioned earlier, no changes in Albion's starting 11. And, the previous game, a scoreless draw with Chattanooga, I guess from the standpoint of Albion, it was pretty much, hey, got a point against the best team in the league. Don't look at that scoreless result as, as such a negative result, actually.
I think for both sides, you want to end the series against this opponent with 3 points, right? I don't think 1 point does a whole lot for either team at this moment. Kind of kicks the can down the road, so to speak. They're still separated by 1 point, but if either one of these teams can get 3 points tonight, well, the table looks a little bit different come Monday morning.
We are ready to get this one going. I think everyone in attendance, those watching, are pretty much having that mindset of, come on, let's get this going already. We are ready. We have been ready. This is some Sunday night NISA soccer action. The fans are ready as well. Can't complain about the weather. Definitely a little more on the cooler side, but perfect though for a Sunday night.
Oh, beautiful tonight, even with a little bit of overcast and maybe a little bit of dew point coming in at some point here. It's a lovely evening, even if we are a little late on this kickoff. We don't have early bedtimes, do we, Art?
I can't add much to that. All I know is Albion with the kickoff, wearing their white shirts. They're white with their blue kits. LA Force, no changes, wearing the all black, and we are underway. And Ben Roach,
all the way up,
looking like a midfielder. I was about to say, normally looking kind of like a sweeper, but no, not really. I think from our point of view, I think we will be really paying a lot of attention to the condition of the pitch. And that's something to keep an eye on early. Now looking for Avose. Already some physical play. Whistle blown. Barely 30 seconds into the match. I think the referee trying to make a statement about the possible physical play that we're going to see between Francis Avose and Ernest Mitchell.
Working up top as the lone forward. He's going to see a lot of attention from the two center backs for Albion.
The center backs definitely will be busy tonight. Ernest Mitchell, Anthony Patty. Also we'll be seeing Andrew Klashevsky helping out as well. Tyler Gabara able to play as a left back, but also does like to play that holding defensive midfield role. Now here's Dan Bedoya pushing it to the outside. Gets it back. Bedoya is looking for an option. Albion not showing that they want to force this ball up very quickly. Tyler Gabara always moves around on the pitch. Hard to keep track of some of these defenders for Albion. They do move around a lot. They want to show some different looks. They want to confuse these LA Force players.
We've seen it from Albion this season. They're into the total football.
And that's Dalu with the cross. Put a little too much on it. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
I was watching Ben Roach, the Albion peak goalkeeper, in pregame, and he was just stopping everything. He looked like he was on point tonight. Shout out to the other goalkeeper, by the way, Brandon Gomez.
And an interesting situation at the goalkeeper position for the LA Force. Brandon Gomez getting the start, but backup keeper Joel Serrano recently was called up to the Puerto Rico national team for CONCACAF Nations League play.
We were told he was in net for both those games, both 2 Puerto Rico victories.
And that goal kick going straight off the head of Francis Avose. Don't think he put it where he really wanted it to. Went right to Shinya Kadono. Early on, looks like Albion with the majority of possession. That's exactly how they want to set the tone. Anthony Patty to Daniel Bedoya. Still Bedoya. A good pass to Gabara. Kadono trying to get it to Bedoya on the give and go. Broken up nicely. Eric Villatoro wearing the captain's armband tonight. His pass takes a deflection. Looks like Patty was the last one to get a touch on the ball. Casillas to take the throw in. He quickly gets it to Plasencia, unable to keep possession. Bedoya now to Dalu. Broken up nicely as Clayton Torr stepping up. The center back not showing any fear at all whatsoever.
Tor coming in as the replacement for Dex Kynan. It's very much a like-for-like switch. Tor provides that physicality. We just need to see a little bit more calmness on the ball.
And the two center backs tonight for the LA Force, Ivan Hernandez and Clayton Tor. The wing backs, no surprise, in Eric Villatoro and Edwin Rivas. Always hear his name a lot. He pushes it up looking for Oscar Delgado. Andrew Klashevsky takes possession, having a little bit of trouble clearing the ball, but he is able to win the throw-in for Albion. Looks like that ball last one off of Oscar Delgado. And it appears as if it was actually a handball, so actually will be a free kick for Albion. Playing it back to Ernest Mitchell. Now to Ben Roach. Now looking at the personnel on the pitch for the Force, we know Avose, no surprise, playing as a lone striker. That ball nearly taken away. Yes, it is Quintanilla. He does get to Avose, cuts it back, trying to get to Casillas. Will he get a shot off? A lot of traffic in this penalty area. Finally sent out by Anthony Patty. Some shaky play early on from Albion San Diego. Clearly head coach Diego Gomez cannot be thrilled with what he just saw.
Yeah, hospital ball in defense right there inside their own penalty area. That is not what Coach Gomez, I'm sure, wants from his side this early in the match, or at any point in the match, to be honest.
And actually will not be a throw-in, will be the first corner kick of the night, and it does go to the LA Force. So an early opportunity off a set piece. Here we are in the 6th minute. Here comes a corner. Could this be trouble? Parried out by Ben Roach off the head of Alexander Dalu. It goes straight to Justin Jovel. He finds Eric Villatoro. The Albion players pushing up quickly to clear their lines. A nice move from Delgado, but was unable to keep it in play. Shinya Kadono with the throw-in to Tyler Guevara. So that was a decent opportunity for the LA Force. And of course, heads up to, kudos to them for being very aware and not giving up and just assuming that Albion's going to maintain possession.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive in that high press. If you're going to choose to do it, you have to be committed to it.
And Tyler Guevara finding Dan Bedoya. Back to Anthony Patty. To Bedoya once again. And looks like the central midfielders for LA Force will be busy tonight. The two defensive holding midfielders, Justin Jovel and Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. And Aldo Quintanilla as the central attacking midfielder. But here come Albion on the break. Dalu from the right side, unable to keep possession. And that could be a good opportunity once again. Will the flag stay down? Here's the cross. The flag did actually stay down. Will we see a rip from outside? Anthony Patty with not a lot of room. Plays it to the outside. He finds Shinya Kadono. To Dan Bedoya. Guevara back to Bedoya. Will he want to float this one into no man's land? Skimmed the head of Clayton Tor. And now the LA Force looking to get this move going. Quintanilla able to push it to the outside to Diego Casillas. Can he keep it in play? He looks like he was unable to at the last moment, actually. But that was a good opportunity. Had Casillas been able to keep that one in play, they were on the move. Excellent awareness from Aldo Quintanilla on that attack.
A strong movement in the back from LA Force's defense to clear that out and get the ball going the other way.
And the ball back in play. Ronaldo Pineda playing as one of the defensive midfielders with Guevara. Ben Roach not being pressured very much. I think we're seeing some of these LA Force players being a little patient at times. They will press as well, but they're not going to be doing it constantly.
I think they're convinced Albion may make a mistake.
And that long clearance broken up. Goes right back to Ronaldo Pineda. He plays it to his keeper, Ben Roach. Now one sent up the field looking for Cyrus Tran. That one broken up by Clayton Tor. Edwin Rivas unable to keep possession, but he does get a throw in for the LA Force.
Force have to create some possession here.
And it's Quintanilla. There was some contact. Referees letting these guys play. And looks like there was a whistle from behind the play. Will be a free kick for Albion.
Yeah, referee called the first foul.
And Bedoya quickly with the quick restart. Tyler Gabara almost lost it to Francis Avose. Patty, now to Gabaro. Nice play from Leopoldo Plasencia. Now Avose, and that is a good ball. Easily should be staying onside. A chance in front. Very nice play at the last moment from Ernest Mitchell. Looks like that was just going to be the perfect, 1, 2, 3 three touches that would have been finished off by Aldo Quintanilla. But what a stop at the last moment.
Quintanilla my pick to be the X factor tonight. Defender just got a touch to that before he was able to swing his right foot onto it.
Aldo Quintanilla to take this corner kick. You look back at that attack, it was Francis Avose doing a great job holding possession and feeding a very good ball to Quintanilla, but here comes the corner. Hold on a moment, referee blows the whistle. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those nights where there's a lot of reminders about the physical play. It's like Edwin Rivas will be taking the corner kick instead. And here it comes. Headed out. Albion clearing their lines. Now Diego Casillas looking to keep this move going. Plays it to the outside. Actually gives it away. And a nice slide tackle from Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. Great awareness.
Earns a foul.
We have played 10 minutes. We remain scoreless between LA Force and Albion San Diego. Artist Takari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play live on FIFA Plus via TVE Max. This is NISA Soccer Action from Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in Irvine, California.
We've been 10 minutes, and this is the first sustained possession so far from LA Force.
Ivan Hernandez finding Justin Jovel. Edwin Rivas had a good first touch, brought down, wins a free kick for the LA Force. Looks like it will be, I want to take the guess, it probably should be Edwin Rivas to take the free kick. And you got to assume this ball will be floated right into no man's land. It's not Rivas, and here it comes. Avose trying to get in on the action. Some contact, but a counterattack opportunity for Albion. A few good passes. This could be a good one. Shibata finding Alexander Dalu. And Dalu gonna have to find some help. He does find Bedoya. Will we see a shot from Condono? He did turn and shoot with a nice defensive play to block that shot. Gabara maintaining possession. It's Alexander Dalu once again with speed on the left side. Can he keep it in play? Unable to. Puts that one just a little too far ahead of him.
Trying to get all the way down to the byline there to find a cross. Just a little bit of a heavy touch from Dalu. There's a good look at Brandon Gomez.
Gomez's clearance went off the shin of Gabara.
You could tell Gomez wasn't thrilled about his own kick there.
And the pitch could be an issue at times. From our view, see a lot of times the ball gets passed or kicked or even just cleared in general. We see some of that mist, some of that water, kicking up a bit. I feel like at times it's kind of it could be slowing down the movement of the ball.
It was recently adjusted, manicured, but there is a lot of sand on the pitch, and I think that's what you're seeing come up. It filled a lot of the spaces on the turf with this sand mixture. And you'll see it kick up a little bit.
Now Pineda pushing it to the outside. getting it back, a nice give and go. And that pass nearly broken up by Plasencia, but now it's Diego Casillas having to do a lot of work to maintain possession and was unable to keep possession. Tyler Gabarra, his pass, a nice play from Bedoya. Still Bedoya, can he keep it going? It's going to be hard for him to do it all on his own. And that ball going straight to Clayton Torr. And Torr feeling the pressure. His pass broken up. So right now, the pressure from Albion appears to be creating trouble for the LA Force early on. Bedoya electing to switch the field. Finds Klashevsky. Now to Ernest Mitchell. His pass going off the boot of Casillas. Bedoya to Gabarra. Could this through ball connect with Cyrus Tran? Brandon Gomez with a nice heads-up play.
Gomez quick off his line to come get it. Reads it well. Puts his body on the line. Smothers it.
Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez plays it to the outside to the captain, Eric Villatoro. Ivan Hernandez getting the start tonight as one of the center backs. And he's always dangerous, especially on those set piece opportunities.
Yep, 2 goals so far this season for Hernandez. 3 goals this season for Hernandez now. I think that's the most by any center back in Niza this season.
The clearance from Brandon Gomez. Not much happening the past few minutes for the LA Force. Edwin Rivas, a nice ball to bring down. Push to the outside to Eric Villatoro. Casillas floating this one high. That'll be an easy one for Ben Roach.
Yeah, not enough movement on that ball for Casillas to find. Delgado floating there at the back.
Ball into play, Ernest Mitchell. He's able to find Cyrus Tran. Now Dan Bedoya. You know who he's looking for, but a nice play from Ivan Hernandez. Now Cyrus Tran able to take possession. Now Ronaldo Pineda. Steal Pineda. Finds Gabarra. Push to the outside to Shinya Kadono. Still Kadono playing it back to Bedoya. Will he take a shot? Cutting it back is Bedoya. Anthony Paddy pushing up quite a bit on this attack. And Albion San Diego not afraid to throw players forward.
Seems a little bit though like Albion is letting good be the enemy, or great be the enemy of good. They've had a couple of opportunities to take shots, and they're just looking for that open man, trying to be maybe a little too unselfish.
And Brandon Gomez's clearance going off the head of Paddy. For a moment, I was thinking it was almost going to go right to Francis Avose. But aside from one attack, I mean, one good pass from Avose. Avose has been a little quiet tonight. But as we know, lots of minutes left to be played, and Avose could be dangerous at any moment. He could be having a bad game, but if he just gets that one moment, he just gets that space for a few seconds, he can make you pay.
That's the life of a solo center forward up top. All it takes is a couple of touches to make a difference, but you spend a lot of the game up there by yourself, kind of lonely, talking to defenders, waiting for the ball to come your way, working for it.
It looks like it will be a free kick for Albion, taking it very quickly. It's not out. A nice defensive play on the rebound, the shot. Another great defensive play. Albion knocking on the door. That last shot looks like it was Yuki Shibata. It was definitely going to be on target, but a great defensive play. Excellent play from these LA Force defenders early on.
A couple of big blocks by defenders in the back there.
And as a goalkeeper, you see that happen. I mean, that's when you take that sigh of relief, or you just thank them later. Ronaldo Pineda to Andrew Klashevsky. being patient with the ball. Had Shibata for a moment. Klishevsky getting it back on the give and go. Taking a few bounces. Ivan Hernandez sends it out. They're not out of the woods just yet. Cyrus Tran now plays it to the outside. That's Shibata. Here comes the cross. Looking for Shinya Kadono. Unable to connect. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for the LA Force. And let's take a look at that replay.
Yeah, a lot of bing bang right there. I don't think as a referee you can make a fair assessment of that other than say play on.
Another throw-in for the LA Force. We're now in the 20th minute of play. We remain scoreless between the LA Force and Albion San Diego. We're at Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California. And that pass, that attempted clearance, you want to call it, going straight to Ronaldo Pineda. So for the last 10 minutes or so, it's definitely been Albion with having more control, having more possession, and creating more chances. LA Force definitely going to have to change things up.
Their levels of pressure here for LA Force. They'll pressure up top, but they won't pressure when the ball's in sort of the top of their attacking third, or the top of their defensive third, I should say. It's been a strange strategy so far. See, here's more of the high pressure from Aboche.
Now Ben Roach not taking any chances. A good flick touch to Alexander Dalu. Can he keep it in play? Was unable to, but he is able to win a throw-in for Albion. Tyler Gabara receiving the throw-in. Shibata on the right side. He is able to cross it. He finds Cyrus Trent. He shoots. That one going wide, but actually did take a deflection, and it will be a corner kick for Albion.
That's a good turn and shot. You can't leave any player with that much space to receive the ball, turn and shoot at the top of the box like that. You're putting your goalkeeper under an immense amount of pressure. There's a lot of action happening down here in LA Force's penalty area.
And it looks like it will be Daniel Bedoya to take the corner kick.
Questionable whether or not it's in the corner. Maybe by a hair.
And here it comes from Bedoya. A short one. Headed out by Rivas. Gabara playing it back to Bedoya. The LA Force players, of course, wanting to clear their lines. Shinya Kadono. It's going to be very tough for him to win that battle against Edwin Rivas. And a nice play from Edwin Rivas, as was last touched by Kadono, will be a goal kick for the Force.
That's an interesting battle. Shinya Kadono and Edwin Rivas. So much skill, pace between those two players.
After the goal kick, the LA Force trying to get this move going. Oscar Delgado had it for a moment. Did go off the foot of Ronaldo Pineda. Delgado with the throw-in to Villatoro. Now Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez gets the ball to Clayton Tor. Now it's Edwin Rivas. Clayton Tor once again. Not many options early on, not really opportunities early on for the LA Force. Gonna have to see some more creativity in the midfield. And that ball, looking for Quintanilla, broken up nicely by Ernest Mitchell. And one thing we see some changing looks from the personnel of Albion at times. We've seen Tyler Gabara playing as a holding defensive midfielder. Now we see him playing as the left back, while Andrew Klishevsky is playing as the right back. So we basically see an alternating formation of having three center backs, but we'll also see four in the back, like a 4-4-2. So Diego Gomez doing a good job at disguising his formations and trying to confuse these LA Force players.
Got to make the personnel fit the moment.
That's a good ball to Oscar Delgado. Finds it back, gets it back to Jovel. Can he keep it in play? Here comes the cross. That one, though, an easy one for Ben Roach. But a nice move to change things up for the LA Force. Now Eric Villatoro stepping up after Bedoya had a little trouble with his first touch. He quickly finds Shinya Kadono looking for Cyrus Tran. Brandon Gomez out in no man's land. Still Tran. Can he turn the corner? He crosses it right in front of the goal mouth. Goes out of bounds. Will be a goal kick. But what an opportunity that was for Cyrus Tran and Albion.
Gomez caught flat-footed. We haven't seen him have to chase like that all season. He definitely made a mistake on that play, misjudged the space between the ball and the man. He's lucky that ends up in a goal kick.
And of course, you heard me say it, he got caught in no man's land, but like as you said, of course, with the experience you've had playing at the goalkeeper position, it's tough, but you also got to know when to come out, and you got to make that decision. You cannot hesitate.
No, and you got to be prepared to read that too. That's the other part of it, is you have to see it happen. If you're caught a second too late reading the play, that's what happens.
So the LA Force very fortunate. When I say LA Force, I think I'm also saying Brandon Gomez very fortunate that the score remains 0-0.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. That was a unneeded risk. But Albion seems to want to put balls over the top here, especially down the left side. And they've caught them twice now.
Now Albion trying to get something going. Ronaldo Pineda plays it back to Klashevsky. Quickly found Shibata. And Tyler Gabara, always dangerous, wearing the captain's armband. Shinya Kadono plays it back to Anthony Patty. Now the Shibata back to Klashevsky. Anthony Patty getting the pass from Ernest Mitchell. Not the best touch at first, but Gabara was able to maintain possession. Bedoya playing it to the outside. Nicely to Anthony Patty. These Albion players doing a good job moving the ball and finding those open spaces. Gabara looks for an option. He has Bedoya. That's a good pass. Looking for Shinya Kadono. Ivan Hernandez with the clearance. And it did take a deflection off Kadono.
It looked like a 50-50. Kadono got a piece, enough of it to make it an LA Force throw-in.
Talk about very convenient, that long clearance, but it did go off of Kadono. Played back to Brandon Gomez. And a little bit of trouble. The shot from Bedoya, a save made by Brandon Gomez. He finds Clayton Torr. Now, did Torr have a little bit of trouble with that first touch? Rivas unable to keep the ball in play. And I think we have no choice but to go back to what was talked about earlier. Actually, Edwin Rivas getting himself in the book. And I really think I have no choice but to keep bringing it up. This pitch is at times appearing to be a problem.
Gomez taking a couple of questionable decisions.
Changes are going to have to be made. I mean, I feel like some players are kind of off their guard a little bit. I'm kind of wondering, does any of it have to do with the with this later start tonight?
Maybe the cooler temps.
We can speculate all we want. All we know is there have been some scary moments for the LA Force, and they're very, very fortunate that this match is still scoreless. Brought down from behind by Rivas. And Rivas just got himself in the book. And we are seeing some tempers flare. Yuki Shibata not very happy with what just went on. And this is a situation where the referee really needs to get control of this match right away. Otherwise, things could continue to escalate. Haven't even reached the half-hour mark.
Getting a stern talking to from the referee. Says, you don't want a second card, do you? That was a little foolish coming in the back then.
And I'm pretty sure Matt Morse
Yeah, it's heavy. It's a heavy challenge.
I think Matt Morse has got to be getting ready to make a substitution. I don't think right at this moment, but I think we can see Rivas possibly being brought off to start the second half. He's got a yellow card. You do not want to go down to 10 men against Albion, that's for sure.
Without knowing Rivas's yellow card situation, you know, it's stretch run here for Nisa. You don't want to lose Rivas unnecessarily.
The referee blows the whistle. Looks like there was some physical play and possibly some shirt pulling in the penalty area right before that free kick was taken. And there was a touch, a free kick taken by Guevara. Looks like it did deflect off a hand, and you have the Albion bench just furious that another whistle was not blown.
The referee's not having it, though. He wants to take control of this match. He's not going to let a shot up into somebody's body all of a sudden determine possession. You have to be the calm individual, the referee.
And that's the honest truth. Not every call is going to be right every time. But it appears that yes, the whistle was blown, and it will be another free kick for Albion. So just looks like this just looks as if, not looks as if, we've seen the ball just being stuck at that part of the pitch for the last few minutes. Let's get this one going already, right?
Yeah, and the other part is the referee wants the players to listen. You have to get the players to buy into what the referee's trying to do. Otherwise, it's going to be an argument all match long.
And here it comes. Looks like it will be Guevara. Will he put this one into no man's land? Headed out by Avose. Goes straight to Klishevsky. LA Force pushing up, wanting to clear their lines. Banner Roach well off his line, but with plenty of space. Looking for Shibata. Off the head of Bedoya. Now Guevara once again to Shibata, unable to keep possession. Will be a throw-in for the LA Force. We have played 30 minutes. We are still scoreless between the LA Force and Albion San Diego at Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in Irvine, California. Art Iftikhari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play live on FIFA Plus via TV Max.
Tension is ramping up.
Justin Jovel had a touch, unable to keep that one in play. Will be another throw-in for the LA Force. And this one will be taken by Edwin Rivas. And it's a good throw from Rivas. He had Casillas. Broken up and taken away. Shinya Kadono with plenty of space. He was able to find Daniel Bedoya to Guevara. And he plays it back to Ernest Mitchell. Shibata. Cyrus Tran with a touch outside. That was a nice pass from Klishevsky as he was trying to get it to Alexander Dalu. Broken up though, goes out of bounds, will be a throw-in for Albion. And I think one thing we could say is that when we're not hearing Diego Casillas' name, we know it's not a very good night so far for the LA Force.
Yeah, he's found ways to get involved lately.
And here comes Bedoya with a shot from well outside. Just goes a little high, just a little wide. But what a rip that was. I was thinking for a moment that might have gone to the upper corner. He had Brandon Gomez beat.
That was a very good take from Bedoya. Perhaps a little unlucky.
But yeah, but then going back to, of course, what we were talking about earlier, yeah, Diego Casillas, we've hardly heard his name tonight, and that's something where, head coach Matt Morse knows something needs to change. They've got to find some space for. He's got to find some space. They got to get him the ball. He's got to make things happen.
He's got to connect with Francis Avoce. Neither of them have seen the ball much in attacking positions tonight.
And that move is broken up momentarily by Yuki Shibata. It's like he wanted to push the ball, get the ball towards Cyrus Tran. Actually went out of bounds instead. And now that throw-in intended, wanting to get the ball to Aldo Quintanilla, and he was unable to keep possession. So, it's been one of those nights so far. For this first half so far, it really has been one of those nights. I mean, it's only 0-0, but it's not. But it's been a frustrating night at times with some lot of mistakes taking place as well. And now that ball cleared up by Rivas. We have the entire LA Force bench up on their feet. Looks as if the referee might have missed something that they all saw.
Was it a handball?
Whatever it is, there is no VAR to confirm it. Now Aldo Quintanilla was looking for Avose. Anthony Patty knew it. Now broken up very nicely by Jovel and Quintanilla. And that ball intended for Avose. Tyler Gabara stepped right in front of it. Now a good ball towards Tran. He is onside. Can he finish this one off? He shoots. Puts that one just a few inches agonizingly wide of the far post. He can't believe it. We can't believe it either.
The chances have been there for Albion tonight. This is indicative of their night so far. Just a couple of inches wide in a 1v1 on the keeper. And LA Force hasn't done themselves any favors tonight. They've just been a little bit lucky.
And the reaction from Cyrus Tran really, really says it all.
Yeah, we were talking about it pregame, right? You practice against Ben Roach all the time, and he stops everything. How much confidence do these attackers have? If you have Ben Roach killing every scoring opportunity in practice, how much practice do you get actually scoring goals?
And Francis Avose whistled for the foul on that 50-50 ball, and he does not agree with it. And by the reaction of Avose, he's basically saying, what did I do, or what more can I do in that situation?
It's just a bigger man. The referee hasn't restarted play.
And of course, we'll be looking back at that replay on more than one occasion. Cyrus Tran, like you said, 1v1 all alone with Brandon Gomez. Put that one wide.
Right.
Ronaldo Pineda.
You got to do better in that situation if you're Tran, right? You have an opportunity. You can't let it go to waste.
Ben Roach with the clearance, going off the head of Villatoro. Will be a throw in for Albion. We're in the final 10 minutes of the first half. Now Daniel Bedoya. And that could be a good ball, but Brandon Gomez sliding out to get it. Dalu turning and shooting. Can he get that one into the net? No, it came close. Ivan Hernandez knew it was not going to go in. The long clearance from Brandon Gomez. Can he find Francis Avose?
That was a frustrated punt by Gomez right there. Fueled by anger, a little bit of embarrassment perhaps.
Sent out of bounds by Ernest Mitchell. A throw in taken by Casillas to Plasencia. Still Plasencia. He is able to find Casillas in very little space. This could be an opportunity. Casillas, can he get the shot off? He shoots that one, going a bit high. Well, we talked about Casillas earlier. Now he just got involved, and he
missed the first one here.
And he created a chance, created a goal-scoring opportunity.
I think it might have gotten a deflection too that perhaps the referee didn't see there at the very last moment, but it's like a goal kick here for Ben Roach. Yeah, I think Casillas getting involved just before halftime is a good sign for this attack for LA Force. You still got to see more of the ball. It's been pretty much all Albion in this first half.
Now play to the back once again. Ernest Mitchell to Ben Roach. To Anthony Patty. Dan Bedoya, great first touch. Doing an excellent job creating space. And now a very good pass. Trying to find Dalu. Brought down.
Tackle.
It definitely was a clean play. Now Yuki Shibata, the right side. His cross headed away by Clayton Torr.
Clayton Torr doing some dirty defensive work here. Last 10 minutes of the first half.
Ronaldo Pineda able to find Shibata. The cross headed out of bounds by Eric Villatoro. Will be a corner kick for Albion. And Albion continuing to put the pressure on the LA Force.
Nobody loves Brandon Gomez more than the two guys in this booth talking right now, but is it me or does he seem a little off tonight?
I think overall you could say he does seem a little off, but it's not only him. It just seems to be like one of those tough nights where just things are not working on all cylinders. And it will be Dan Bedoya to take the corner kick for Albion.
Gave the ball a little smooch there.
Was that supposed to be the kiss of good luck? I'm not sure, but either way, here comes a corner kick from Bedoya. Headed out by Rivas. Goes to Guevara. It was going to be very hard for him to turn and shoot from that distance, especially with Aldo Quintanilla right behind him. Pineda to Klishevsky. Back to Ben Roach. Not sure where that ball is going, but doing a good job to keep it in. Casillas, though, breaks it up. Justin Jovel starting the counterattack for LA Force. Aldo Quintanilla. He was able to find his man on the far side of the pitch, but hold on, the flag comes up for offside. Looks like that time, I want to say he was looking for Oscar Delgado.
Yeah, on the far side, Delgado had just strayed a little bit behind Albion's back line. Here's the replay of Tran missing. Oh, this match ends any other way than Albion victory. That moment will come back to haunt Cyrus Tran.
Ernest Mitchell sending a long one towards Shibata. He's headed away by Rivas. Looks like a foul is committed. Will be a free kick for the LA Force.
A little bit of a push there.
And with the different looks that we have been seeing so far tonight from Albion, when they're playing with three center backs, when they're playing with three in the back, we can see the three attackers are Cyrus Tran, Dan Bedoya, and Alexander Dalu. And we see Guevara and Ronaldo Pineda as the central holding, as the two central midfielders when they're playing a 3-4-3 formation. And that opportunity, Ernest Mitchell sends that out of bounds.
That should leave space for Shinya Kadono to operate in the pocket, but we haven't seen too much of that tonight from Albion.
And the throw-in going straight to Avose. He plays it out to Clayton Tor. Now Eric Villatoro to Casillas. Nice, I want to say cheeky move from Villatoro. Was unable to keep possession, but was able to keep up the pressure. And that, of course, is very important as well, preventing Albion from starting a counterattack and clearing the ball, for something to happen. Instead, they have a throw-in deep in their own zone. Looks like that throw-in will be taken by Anthony Patty. To Pineda.
If you're forced, you have to make Albion work to get out of this space.
And that's exactly what they've just done. That ball from Ernest Mitchell went straight to Ivan Hernandez. Now all the way back to Brandon Hernandez. The Albion defenders are asking for the flag to come up. But now possibly in counterattack opportunity. Some traffic though in that middle third of the pitch. Eric Villatoro very quickly with an excellent pass to Casillas. The cross headed away by Patty. The shot from Quintanilla is blocked. Finds its way to Ivan Hernandez. Now Clayton Tor to Edwin Rivas. We are seeing now some better play from the LA Force. A nice flick from Avose. The shot into the net. What a finish from Casillas, but hold on. The flag comes up, and what a highlight that would have been had it counted, had it been onside.
What a touch from Francis Avoce. Casillas sneaking in behind the last defender. Might have been a half step off. Let's try and see it again. Hard to see. He was in behind Guevara there. Hard to see where he came from, though.
But man, just what a beautiful flick, whatever you want to call it, from Francis Avose. Just beautiful, period. There's so many words we can use, but excellent. I mean, he doesn't need to possess the ball. He doesn't need to get a shot on goal, but he knows how to be dangerous in more than one way.
Perhaps a signal of intent from LA Force as we get close to halftime here. We know LA Force has been a different team since Francis Avoce was brought onto the roster.
Now Anthony Patty able to get around Diego Casillas. And when Albion's playing their 3-4-3 formation, the wingers on the outside, Shinya Kadono on the left, Yuki Shibata on the right, they really have the speed that Diego Gomez really likes to use in his attack.
They're just not finding that final touch into the striker to put a finish on. And even if they do, Cyrus Tran, oh, be thinking about that one for a while.
Now Albion continuing to bring on the pressure. That was Andrew Klashevsky. Looks like he last went off of his foot. He does not agree with it, and it will be a goal kick for the LA Force. Brandon Gomez not wanting to waste any time. Quickly getting it out to Villatoro. A good touch from Villatoro to find Casillas. Nice play from Casillas as he has Avose. Avose needs some help. Ernest Mitchell knocks that one out of bounds.
Aldo Quintanilla was running just with one defender on him, yelling, screaming for the ball.
The throw in taken by Villatoro. Now Diego Casillas to Edwin Rivas. We're in the last minute of the first half. There definitely will be some stoppage time. Yuki Shibata looking for Alexander Dalu with the slide tackle, sending that one out of bounds.
It's good to see Casillas more involved, getting more active. For LA Force, that means good things typically.
A throw in from Rivas to Jovo, back to Rivas. Was looking that time for Quintanilla. Shibata was unable to keep it in play. Rivas with the throw in off the head of Ronaldo Pineda. Quintanilla was unable to keep it in play, but looks like it
earns a foul.
Yeah, it will be a free kick for the LA Force.
A little too physical in defense.
You talk about crucial times. Talk about crucial times. Doesn't get any more crucial than this for the final minutes of the first half.
LA Force know all about these extra time goals.
And there will be 1 minute of stoppage time. So pretty much we can say that if Albion is able to fend off this free kick, it should be scoreless going into the interval.
It's be very close to the goal line here.
And it's one of those moments, you know, will Ivan Hernandez strike again for the LA Force, or will it be Aldo Quintanilla who will be taking this free kick? Looks like it's going to be Rivas or Quintanilla.
Look where Avoce's posting up, near post.
And he is just surrounded by white shirts.
So opens up space for others.
And now playing it short instead to Casillas. He takes a shot. Looks like it did take a deflection. Cleared out, but Jovel getting his head on the ball. And now Ernest Mitchell had a little bit of trouble with it. Ivan Hernandez with the tackle. We continue playing. Looks like that's Quintanilla. Will he be able to get a shot if he fakes it? Fakes it again. Now Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez still has it. Can he get the shot off? Chips it high into the air. Headed away by Ernest Mitchell, but the flag did come up for offside. And looks like that should wrap it up for the first half. Referee looks at his watch. And yes, we have reached halftime. We remain scoreless between the Los Angeles Force and Albion San Diego in a pretty entertaining first half.
Especially the last 10 minutes here. I think both teams started to get activated a little bit better, and Force looked far more into the attacking part of the game towards the end of the first half. And we're still tied going into halftime.
We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half. This is NISA Soccer Action live on TV, live on FIFA Plus, brought to you by TV Max. I'm Arthur Takari along with Dennis Pope. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in Irvine, California. It's time to start the second half between the LA Force and Albion San Diego. The score is 0-0. And to start the second half, there is a change being made. Santiago Echevarria is replacing Oscar Delgado. So we're just about ready to start the second half. And of course, Dennis, when we look back at the first half, I think from the standpoint of Albion, they're going to talk about their missed opportunities. But what do you think the LA Force players were talking about during in that halftime locker room?
Well, let's keep that last 10 minutes going because that was the most prolific attack portion of the match for LA Force. They have to try and find ways to get Francis Avoce the ball. If that means spreading it on the wings and providing service into the middle for him, or if that means having him play a target forward and having players run off of him and have that be it, but he has to stay involved. He can't spend another 25 minutes not touching the ball.
Now we are underway for the second half. And right off the bat, Shinya Kadono able to take possession. Not the start the LA Force would be looking for. Tyler Gabara plays it back to Anthony Patty. Now Ernest Mitchell. And Tyler Gabara once again. We've seen him alternate from a left back position to a defensive midfield position as well. Ben Roach sending this one up the pitch. That one going off the head of Clayton Torr. From up here, didn't really have the best sound to it. Now Rivas was able to find Avoce. Now Echevarria, who just came on, pushes it to the outside to Diego Casillas. Still Casillas. The cross did take a bounce. Unable to connect with any LA Force players. Aldo Quintanilla was in the area, but nice job from Yuki Shibata to fall back and gain possession. Now Alexander Dalu with a nice head of steam. The pass from Bedoya to Tran. Can he redeem himself? Tran shoots. Save made by Brandon Gomez. Not clear just yet. Did take a deflection, but now Gomez has it. He's able to relax as well. And Cyrus Tran with another chance.
Another strong opportunity from Cyrus Tran. Brandon Gomez is able to get down low, make the kick save, and actually recover the ball coming out here.
Brandon Gomez with the slicing clearance, I want to call it. Anthony Patty quickly finding Shinya Kadono. Plays it to the outside to Bedoya. Cyrus Tran receiving the pass. Not the first touch he really would have wanted. Did go off his foot, but straight to Brandon Gomez. Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez looking for Aldo Quintanilla, and we even heard Quintanilla calling for it, and he is able to keep possession. Echevarria, who just came on, a very nice move, still has it. The cross in front, a shot, and it's a goal! LA Force takes a 1-0 lead, and it's Diego Casillas in the 48th minute.
Set up by the substitute, Echevarria, who comes in and nutmegs the defender, takes the ball down to the goal line before crossing it. Just well done for Echevarria here. Sets it up beautifully for Casillas. Casillas gets the right foot on it and it's just enough to beat Ben Roach. 1-0 LA Force.
And what a start to the second half. Cyrus Tran had another good opportunity to put Albion San Diego in front. And it's LA Force in the lead. What a turn of events. They've definitely got to have that boost of confidence moving forward.
They've been able to absorb the pressure from Albion and produce a goal. And Cyrus Tran has to be feeling some kind of way at the moment.
And you talk about we talk about what they're feeling. I mean, the word frustration, you got to say the word frustration is even an understatement by this point. Let's go back to those three previous games for Albion. A 0-0 draw with Chattanooga, a 0-0 draw with Savannah Clovers, a 0-0 draw, I believe, with LA Force. And now, 0-0 to end this first half. Now they find themselves down 1-0, and they've had more than a couple of good scoring opportunities. Yes, absolutely. Frustration. Of course, we know they're frustrated, but when you just use the word frustration just by itself, that's an understatement. Now Diego Casillas trying to get something going the other way, but hold on, the referee blows the whistle. Bedoya was brought down. Will be a free kick for Albion.
The question still remains for Albion. Where the goal is going to come from? If Cyrus Tran can't score open looks, where are the goals going to come from? I think Albion is a little bit of crisis of confidence right now.
I know, in another way, I think it's also, you also, this is a term we don't want to use too much. Actually, probably have to come back to it. Now, Echevarria trying to get this move going, looking for a Vose. But when you play so much soccer and you're not able to find the back of the net, and you also have those opportunities and you don't capitalize, sooner or later you want to say that you might be feeling a bit shell-shocked at the same time, in some ways.
Yep, snake bitten. Any number of different ways to describe not being able to score goals. Again, I think it comes back to playing against Ben Roach and training every day. He stops everything. Their confidence leaving training every day must not be great. Like, I don't understand how the team has only scored 19 goals through 18 matches at this point, but facing Ben Roach in practice does not give your attackers confidence.
Well, we see the entire bench of Albion preparing. They're warming up. Obviously, Diego Gomez is going to have to make some changes. And now, hold on a bit. Looks like there was a whistle behind the play, and Ivan Hernandez gets himself in the book in the 51st minute.
Bedoya earns a foul. Did it rise to the level of the yellow card? Perhaps a little late. He did get the ball. Bedoya was mostly able to avoid Hernandez there.
Yeah, Ivan Hernandez not agreeing with the call at all, but regardless, he did get himself in the book.
Was it careless? I don't think it was reckless. Certainly wasn't using excessive force, so. Referee again trying to maintain and manage this match.
Now a free kick for Albion. At this point, they've got to be desperate to find that equalizer. Looks like it will be taken by Bedoya. Takes a shot. Took a deflection. Not the best free kick. Not the best set piece. Now Cadono not having a lot of space. Bedoya playing it to the outside to Gabara. Still Gabara. That one going just a bit over the bar. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
Gabara sliding onto his rear. He's able to put a foot on it, but sends it over the bar.
And a lot of action on the Albion sideline. Of course, it's not surprising. Diego Gomez cannot be thrilled at all. He has seen his team with more opportunities, yet his men are down 1-0.
Yeah, they've had every opportunity in this match to score a goal. A full complement of substitutes on the bench.
And that goal coming in the 48th minute from Diego Casillas, giving the LA Force a 1-0 lead. Actually, we got to call it a surprising 1-0 lead, but either way, in this sport, the close calls don't count. It's the goal, it's those balls that find the back of the net that count. And LA Force, they have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Albion dominated possession in the first half, and still they don't have a goal yet.
And Dan Bedoya definitely dominating possession now with some very good moves. Now Cadono looking for Gabara, broken up at the last moment. Echevarria looking for help, surrounded, but does a good job at finding Diego Casillas. And his attempted pass gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the men in black. Ivan Hernandez feeling the pressure, sends it up the pitch. Looks like it went off the head of Cyrus Tran. Another whistle.
It's like a step from Gabara, earns him a foul.
And it will be a free kick for the Force.
On Placencia, taking a couple of knocks this season.
I think some of the LA Force players might have been thinking that perhaps Gabara should have got himself in the book with that challenge.
A little too quick on the restart there. The LA Force not afraid to take a couple extra seconds out of this match.
Ivan Hernandez to the other center back, Clayton Tor. Edwin Rivas. Quintanilla trying to get past Yuki Shibata with that quick flick touch. The quick throw and taken, Avose, and that's a good pass in finding Quintanilla. Can he keep it in? Very nice moves to maintain possession. Still Quintanilla having some trouble with Shibata, but he still has it. Now Quintanilla able to find Jovel. Now Rivas trying to get past Dalu.
Quintanilla, of course, the NISA Player of the Month for August. Does well to dance out of that situation, maintain possession.
Edwin Rivas to take the throw in. Rivas looking for an option. Goes to the chest of Avose.
Ball played up. Looks like Ernst Mitchell got a hand to it.
Yeah, and it will be a free kick for the Force.
Yeah, Mitchell definitely touched it with his hand. Referee calls it. It's a dangerous spot for a free kick for LA Force.
It looks like this one will be taken by Rivas or perhaps Quintanilla.
I think we're going to see an in-swinger here from Quintanilla.
The whistle is blown. Here it comes from Quintanilla. Into the net. It is 2-0 LA Force. What a shot.
Quintanilla just stands there with his arms wide like, what else did you expect? I'm the NISA Player of the Month. What a fantastic goal on a free kick from Aldo Quintanilla. My pick to be the X factor in tonight's match. Just hits it, hammers it. Nothing Ben Roach can do about it. And now LA Force 2-0, and we're just inside the 57th minute.
That goal coming in the 56th minute. What a shot from Aldo Quintanilla. Made it look so easy.
Like anybody can do that, right? Simple stuff.
And now these Albion players can only just, put their hands at their sides and say, what have we got to do to score? But also, right now, I think they're also just speechless. There's nothing they can say at this moment, but just plenty of confidence right now for the LA Force. They've got a 2-goal lead. A lot of time left to go, but right now you just know all the momentum is with the LA Force. Forget about those close calls that Albion has had throughout this match. They are down 2-0, and this just goes to show if you don't take advantage of your opportunities, teams at any level are going, especially in this level, they're going to make you pay for your mistakes.
That's the truth. Cyrus Tran had a couple of golden opportunities, not able to capitalize, and all of a sudden the game's been turned upside down. LA Force.
And that move as well, Dalu thought he had it, but it did go over the touchline when he was trying to center it into the LA Force penalty area, but no, goes out of bounds. Goal kick for the LA Force. Now I think the big question here is, when will Diego Gomez be making those changes for Albion? I expect him to make a double or even a triple change, and just call it a line change if you want it, if that's what you want to call it. He has seen enough. He's got to do something.
Yeah, we're going to see some substitutes, I think, here. We got some guys putting on shin guards over on the Albion bench.
Now switching the field, Diego Casillas scored the first goal tonight. The quick touch from Avose. Oh, almost had that last touch connected with Quintanilla. And right now, Albion San Diego not knowing where to turn. Earlier I mentioned possibly being shell-shocked. I think it's a given now that that's what they are feeling. And that pass intended for Shibata. Edwin Rivas stepping right in front of it.
They say a two-goal lead or a 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in sports, but it doesn't feel like that at the moment for LA Force. Feels like they could add a third here pretty easily.
Brandon Gomez. And that time was looking for Santiago Echevarria. Was unable to connect. Pineda sends it to the outside to Shinya Kodono. Kodono's got Villatoro on him. Still Kodono. Now Gabara. To Alexander Dalu. Now Yuki Shibata. Still Shibata. He's got Edwin Rivas on him. The cross from Shibata. Off the head of Jovel to Quintanilla. Cleared high into the air looking for Francis Avose. Nice job from Patty to step up to win that 50-50 ball. Andrew Klishevsky. And we do see two players getting ready to come in for Albion. Ronaldo Pineda. Some good touches. Now Cyrus Tran, will he be able to take a shot? Did take a deflection off of Tor, but wait, it looks like it did make contact with Clayton Tor's hand. The referee has pointed to the spot. It will be a penalty kick for Albion.
This is exactly the kind of break that Albion needed. Tran continued to find and work for it. Ball bounced up apparently and got Clayton Tor. Hard to see there if it was a hand or something that Tor did in an attempt to defend.
The LA Force players protesting this call, but we know it's not going to make any kind of difference. It is a penalty kick for Albion. And from the looks of it, it's going to be Tyler Gabara to take the kick. One part of me was thinking that perhaps it would be Cyrus Tran, but no, Gabara has the ball in his hands. He's saying he has sent the message to his teammates, hey, I'm wearing the captain's armband. I'm taking this kick. Everyone back away. So Tyler Gabara against Brandon Gomez, an interesting matchup. He's not going to be having a huge run-up.
Looks like it's going to be a left-footed attempt.
So everyone is set. There is the whistle. Gabara takes a few steps, shoots, and he scores. Gets Brandon Gomez to go the wrong way. The lead is cut in half. That goal coming in the 61st minute. We have ourselves a game.
Albion's back into it. Gabara just chooses placement over power. Gets Gomez to go the wrong way. Here's our substitutions for Albion.
Now it looks like the two players coming off are Cyrus Tran and Yuki Shibata. And so Lenin Carrion is coming on. And so is Jonathan Basayez. Jonathan Basayez is coming on, and so is Lenin Carrion. One of the players I chose, basically the player I chose to be the X factor in tonight's match for Albion. Let's see what he brings to the pitch. It is a 2-1 lead for Albion. No goals in the first half, but we've had 3 goals very quickly and already taken away. Shinya Kadono taking the pass from Lenin Carrion, who just came on as a sub and now winning a free kick for Albion. And frustration definitely taking place. But LA Force, of course, cannot be losing their cool. They have a 2-1 lead. Absolutely no reason to get really upset that quickly. But now the quick restart. And hearing lots of shouting from these LA Force players, especially Brandon Gomez.
Fresh legs from Albion already paying off here, earning a free kick. LA Force have to stay organized.
And talk about action, plenty of action to start this second half. We're not even 20 minutes into the second half, and we already have 3 goals. What will we see for the rest of the night? Referee blowing the whistle. A lot of frustrated voices out there. Will this ball be put on frame? Is this ball going to be floated into no man's land?
I think Bedoya is going to try and land this one on a penalty spot.
And here it comes from Bedoya. Maybe an opportunity. Basayas, who just came on, has got Casillas on him, playing it out. Here comes another opportunity off the head of Clayton Tor. Playing it back to Klishevsky. Having a little bit of trouble. Now Avose maybe getting the pass from Echevarria. The whistle is blown.
We see a card here.
It will be a free kick. It looks like that time it was Klishevsky now getting himself in the book.
Yeah, for dragging down Echevarria.
So a free kick for the LA Force. We're in the 64th minute. A very entertaining second half, we must say.
Yep, 3 goals in the first 18 minutes.
It's like Edwin Rivas will be looking to whip this one into the Albion penalty area. Lots of physical play taking place. Here it comes from Rivas. The header. It looks like there was some contact. I want to say Ivan Hernandez did get his head on the ball. It looks like some of the members of the LA Force bench were thinking that a penalty should have been called. Villatoro plays it back to Gomez. The pressure being provided by Lennon Carrion. Brandon Gomez not taking any chances. The header from Ernest Mitchell. Now Basayas with the header. Now is Bedoya brought down. Referee said play on. Now Cadono to Dalu. Cadono had it for a moment. Taken away. Quintanilla. Not in a hurry to force the ball up the pitch. Plays it back to Clayton Tor. Off the head of Avose, looking for Echevarria. And Avose was brought down. It will be a free kick for the Force.
We've gotten to the point in this rivalry where every whistle is contested. Somebody's got an opinion that they want to share about what the referee has done.
It looks like we will see some changes for the LA Force as well.
Rivas taking a seat on the turf. Cramping up a little bit. Looks like he will be substituted for.
And if he were to have to come out, that definitely would be a huge loss for the LA Force. I mean, they have depth on this team, that's for sure. But I don't think Matt Morris would like to make that change, you know, that quickly.
Yeah, Rivas's right boot is lethal to take that away from the team. There's the first goal of the match, Casillas. And then here's the free kick from Quintanilla, just inside the near post. Ben Roach just trying to smack at it, nothing he could do. And Gabarra's penalty, yeah. Gomez had already decided to go to his left.
So Gonzalo Salguero will be coming on for Edwin Rivas, and Alex Juarez is coming on for Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. So 2 changes for the LA Force. Salguero, very experienced left back, coming in. And Alex Juarez coming in for Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. Leopoldo Plasencia gets the rest of the night off. Ball back in the play. Dalu and Echevarria. Seems like he's all over the pitch ever since he has come on to start the second half. Avose getting in touch with his head. Now playing it to the outside, Salguero, who just came on for Edwin Rivas. To Quintanilla. Quintanilla brought down. Easy call made by the official. Looks like that time it was Ronaldo Pineda whistled for the foul. Will be another free kick opportunity for the Force.
Just unnecessary here from Pineda. Quintanilla had already turned the ball back. There's no reason to stick your foot in like that. It's lucky not to get a card.
And when looking back at that, you know, actually I'm not 100% sure if that was Pineda. It might have, if that was Andrew Klashevsky, he's really got it. He's playing with fire, committing a foul like that. That could have easily been a second yellow and turning into a red. And here comes the free kick. I want to say it should be Quintanilla again. Yes, it is. Did take a small bounce. Justin Jovel wanting to take a shot from outside. Easy one for Ben Roach. Now Ben Roach launching it for Jonathan Basayas. And that one kicked nearly out of the stadium by Casillas.
All the way up into the concourse. A little souvenir perhaps for the fans.
Now it's Klashevsky. Shinya Cadono with a good touch to Daniel Bedoya. So Bedoya, he's got Cadono on the overlap, and that's exactly who he goes right back to. Still Cadono. He knows this stadium very well. Cadono did not really get the best ball on that cross. I want to say he was looking for Jonathan Basayas. Ernest Mitchell. Now this ball sent way into no man's land. Ben Roach having to come out and send it out of bounds. Was not going to take any chances. And looks like Albion ready to make another change as well.
This game is really starting to open up.
And Andrew Klashevsky will be coming off.
Probably for the best for Albion before he got himself into further trouble.
And Luis Almeida coming on for Albion.
So we got a big, strong center back.
The ball is back in the play of Ose. Can he win that battle against Anthony Patty? Yes, he was able to. Almost able to find Alex Juarez. Broken up. Now it's Basayes. Still Basayes to Daniel Bedoya. Bedoya, looks like he was almost brought down by Villatoro, and that's a good ball to Shinya Kadono. He's got plenty of space. Can he cut it back? He does. Stopping at a dime, centering it, looking for Bedoya. He had it for a moment, was unable to get that first touch. The whistle was blown. Will be a free kick for the LA Force. The official was playing advantage at first.
But Bedoya got called for the foul right there.
Now, with the way this game has been going, are we going to see Albion continuing to alternate from that 3-4-3 and 4-4-2? Are they going to want to stick more with the 4-4-2 formation? Quintanilla to Salguero. To Ivan Hernandez. Brandon Gomez. Looking for Echevarria. Villatoro finding Casillas. Now looking for Juarez. Headed up into the air by Luis Almeida. Van Roach. And his long ball going straight off the chest of Ivan Hernandez. Echevarria. Now Vose, that's a good pass to Quintanilla. Brought down, I want to say it was brought down, but hold on, the flag came up for offside.
Took the ref a moment to put the flag up, but it did come up.
And Dalu on the long ball pass from Ernest Mitchell. Hernandez plays it back to Brandon Gomez. Ronaldo Pineda able to find Lennon Carrion. And that time looks like it was Juarez. Whistle for the foul. Will be a free kick for Albion. We're now in the 72nd minute of play. It is a 2-1 lead for the LA Force. And maybe a shot from long range. It's blocked. Carrion has it. Finds Basayes on the outside. Basayes against Villatoro. Now Bedoya with the cross. Off the head of Clayton Torr. Ernest Mitchell.
Albion's got LA Force pinned in.
And now it's Tyler Gabara, the goal scorer. Still Gabara, having to get through a lot of traffic. Finally cleared out. But some scary moments as well for the LA Force. Bedoya. Still Bedoya. Dalu. To Mitchell. Almeida. Patty. Dan Bedoya. He's got Basayes. A very dangerous winger. Still Basayes. And Tyler Gabara. Basayes had a little bit of trouble with that touch. The shot save made by Brandon Gomez at the near post. Villatoro sends it out of bounds. Will be a throw-in.
LA Force defenders have to continue to try to get into those passing lanes. They're getting picked apart at the moment.
And let's hold on a
Albion's
bit.
attack. Gomez, did he hit the post?
Looks like he's holding his side. And looks like, yeah, the trainers will have to come onto the pitch. And that was a shot. That shot was taken by Jonathan Basayes.
Just had to go down hard on his right side. He's feeling it.
And the trainer for the LA Force out on the pitch, it's Gabriel Torricelli.
This field again, recently redone, but there's a ton of sand in the turf. It's not all softness
You have to wonder if Joel Serrano's number might be called, but by the looks of it, I'd be very surprised if Brandon Gomez were to have to come off.
Not for this. Gomez get a drink real quick. Oh, look at his side. He's got a nasty strawberry or raspberry. Strawberry. It looks like a strawberry.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's bright red, this thing, on his hip, on his right hip, from sliding across this turf. Oh, sand rash, we'll call that.
Whistle's blown, ready to get this one back into play. Basayas to Gabara. Back to Basayas. Now Pineda. I'm not sure what was going to happen with that. I think he was probably expecting Lenin Carrion to make a run. Brandon Gomez now slicing this one deep, looking for Avose off the head of Almeida. Easy call made by the official. Almeida plays it towards Basayas. Villatoro heads it right back to Brandon Gomez. Looking for Avose. It's just been one of those tough nights for Avose. But of course, he cannot be disappointed with the scoreboard. And that's obviously most important for a competitor like Francis Avose. Shinya Kadono plays it back to Ernest Mitchell. And that was Alexander Dalu, who had a little trouble with his footing, I want to say. Now he's still down. Play continues. Gabara has it.
We got 2 players down now.
Yeah, like you said, 2 players down. We have Alexander Dalu down for Albion and Aldo Quintanilla down for the LA Force. Surely we're going to have a handful of stoppage time when that time comes.
Yeah, it's coming for the second half here. We're going to see some extended minutes past the 90. We're going to need a sub for Quintanilla, too. That's what Clayton Torse signaling toward the touchline.
And Quintanilla definitely has been having a great night.
Right now, he's got the game winner. See if they can hold on to it. It's been Force's leading goal scorer this season on the back of that hat trick. Still from about a month ago.
And will we see another substitution as well for Albion? Is there also another question?
Yeah, we're going to see a ton of subs here, I think. In the last, well, we'll call it 20 minutes. We're going to go to 95 at least, I think.
So Alexander Dalu actually is coming off for Albion. So Corey Lundeen comes on to replace Alexander Dalu.
Very capable player for Albion. We've seen do some good things for them both in midfield and attack.
And so Moja Hale comes on to replace Aldo Quintanilla. Let's not forget Aldo Quintanilla getting his name on the score sheet in the 56th minute.
Stunning free kick goal. Right now stands as the game winner. We'll see Moja Hale enter the game. Similar to Quintanilla.
And now Lenin Carrion doing a great job maintaining possession. Still Carrion finding Basayas. Can he keep it in bounds? Unable to, just a little too much on there. A little too much on that pass. And Basayas, of course, not happy at all. We've entered the 80th minute of play. LA Force with a 2-1 lead Let's look back at what's gone on in the second half. Diego Casillas put LA Force in front in the 48th minute. 8 minutes later, it was Aldo Quintanilla. And then just 5 minutes later, it was Tyler Gabarra scoring from the penalty spot. And that is how it is 2-1. LA Force. This is NISA Soccer Action live on FIFA Plus, brought to you by TV Max. Ardif Takari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play from Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in Irvine, California. Glad you could join us for tonight's broadcast of NISA Soccer.
I think we're in for an exciting last 10, 15 minutes here, maybe longer.
Anthony Paddy able to find Basayas to Gabarra. Now Bedoya back to Basayas. Seeing some very good teamwork from these Albion players. Now Gabarra, can he find the equalizer? Nice defensive play at the last moment from Juarez. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force. Looks like it last went off of Gabarra. The Albion bench not agreeing with the call.
The level of possession from Albion has been impressive in this match. Almost entirely dominant in the first half. And aside from the 2 early goals, we've seen a lot of Albion in the second half.
The goal kick taken by Brandon Gomez off the head of Avose. Ronaldo Pineda.
It's the ref.
I had a feeling that did happen. That's got to be a little frustrating if you're one of the LA Force players, right?
It's just a drop ball for the team that had the possession nowadays.
Ernest Mitchell. Still Mitchell.
Moja Hill tried to push him off the ball.
The cross, that one went off of Ivan Hernandez.
Shouts for a handball.
Definitely shouts for a handball, and Albion would have just loved to have the opportunity to get the equalizer off another penalty kick. But you know what, in all honesty, if I'm a member of Albion, I'm saying, you know what, let's get the equalizer against the run of play or a set piece. You know, another 2 penalties, that's, you know, not as fun to me. But then again, who am I to make those judgments? Bedoya.
They're trying to equalize out here, Art. I'll take it any way they can get it, I'm sure.
I understand that. I'm just, you know, talking about some hypothetical, you know, thinking. Moja Hale, who just came on as one of the subs. Salguero. Off the head of Almeida. Been pretty busy since he's come on. Ernest Mitchell doing a great job to make sure that ball did not go out of bounds. He finds Ronaldo Pineda. Now Anthony Paddy. Paddy with plenty of space. It's like we are seeing some of these LA Force players revert to a type of strategy of parking the bus a bit. Not sure if that's the best idea, but Corey Lundin plays it back to Ernest Mitchell. Now Shinya Kadono.
Everybody but Avoce is behind the ball for LA Force right now.
Not sure if that's the best strategy. I've heard before about the mirror effect, where, you know, the more defenders you produce, the more attackers you accumulate. Mitchell's pass deflected, but now Avose, was he gonna want to take a shot from long range? He's brought down by Mitchell, and of course, definitely a yellow card. Mitchell gets himself in the book in the 83rd minute.
Stopping a counterattack here, a legitimate counterattack from LA Force. Mitchell needed to take that card.
And the LA Force, of course, just want to hold on for another 2-1 victory. Their last match, a 2-1 victory over Chattanooga FC.
We have another player for Force down here. Can't quite see who that is.
From here, it appears to be Justin Jovel.
And Jovel holding his right knee, hard to see.
And the question is, will the LA Force want to make another change?
Jovel's played so well for them this season in that holding midfield spot alongside Polo Placencia. Really been a solid engine piece in this midfield.
ready to get this one back into play. Of course, the LA Force want to kill off as many minutes as possible. And Salguero, not sure where he was going with that free kick, goes right to Jonathan Basayes.
With Basayes' fresh legs out here running hard.
Eric Villatoro stepping in front, wanting to make sure that that ball did not come right back to Basayes. But it looks like the LA Force are ready to make another change, and from here it appears that it's as if it's going to be Ronaldo Lomeli to come on. Now Lundin plays it to the outside to Shinya Kadono. Kadono with the cross, did take a deflection, but does go to Brandon Gomez. And we know, of course, a deflection is a goalkeeper's worst enemy.
Gomez able to come out and smother that. Takes a difficult hop right in front of him, but he's ready for it. He's there.
And it's those hops that sometimes just make you, hold your breath and wait and see what happens. Of course, Brandon Gomez, very experienced keeper, but like you said, some of those funny hops could be scary sometimes.
We've seen some funny hops tonight on this surface too, so you take nothing for granted.
Now Shinya Kadono doing a great job getting past Gonzalo Salguero. Still Kadono, he's brought down.
It's going to be a card for Salguero, clipping him from behind.
And it will be a free kick for Albion. Definitely a very entertaining second half, no matter which way we look at it.
Albion has attempted to take quick free kicks all night long, and the referee just not having it. As a referee, the quick free kick is often unfair for the defending team. They expect the referee to take charge, mark the distance, especially in areas that are potentially goal-scoring opportunity areas. To take a free kick in this moment just didn't suit the referee.
Here comes the free kick for Albion. We're in the 87th minute. Looks like it will be Gabara playing it short. Not really much coming of that one. I think that's another one of those free kicks where you look back at it and say, what was the point of that? Now Echevarria trying to win that battle with Basayes. Instead cuts it back to Ronaldo Pineda. And here comes Albion's Corey Lundin. He's got Diego Casillas on him. Back to Ronaldo Pineda.
Ball pinging around.
Avose plays it back to Casillas. His attempt to clearance up the field knocked out of bounds. And we're seeing some more LA Force players just drop like flies. So it looks like the substitution was not announced yet. I mean, actually, we were hearing it announced, but I don't think the official gave the signal yet for the substitution. But yes, there is a substitution. Ronaldo Lomeli coming on to replace Eric Villatoro.
We've seen Lomeli play wing back and center mid for Force this season. Very versatile.
Very quickly taking the throw-in, looking for Avose. Avose unable to maintain possession, went right off his chest and out of bounds. We're getting closer and closer to stoppage time. And yes, of course, LA Force will be parking the bus, relying on counterattacks for any further opportunities. They want to secure this victory. They do not want to make any mistakes. Time is winding down. Now Daniel Bedoya has been having a pretty good night. Very busy doing a lot of dirty work tonight. Finds Basayes. Basayes selects to switch the field, looking for Shinya Kadono, going off the head of Gonzalo Salguero. And now Moja Hale, unable to maintain possession, loses it actually to Corey Lundin. The cross from Lundin.
Over everybody.
And nice work in heading the ball back to Brandon Gomez. Looks like that time it was perhaps, it was Casillas actually who headed that one back to Gomez. Gomez taking his time a bit. Finds Moja Hale. Moja Hale brought down, will be a free kick for the LA Force.
Tried to split defenders there, was unable and was fouled. So again, LA Force salting away the time on this clock.
And of course, we'll be waiting for that announcement of stoppage time. We'll be eagerly waiting for that announcement of stoppage time. There's got to be at least 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time tonight. Salguero taking the free kick. Now taking a few bounces, but hold on, there was a push. So it will be a free kick. I'm going to say for Albion, but looks like perhaps Almeida might have got himself in the book for dissent.
Cards are kind of flying right now.
Waiting to get this one back in the play. Ben Roach plays it to Ernest Mitchell. Ernest Mitchell playing a long ball. I'm not sure who it was going to, but it went right to Ronaldo Lamelli. Casillas looking for Avose. Went off the foot of Almeida straight to Moja Hale. This could be an opportunity. Hale with the shot. Did not get really too much on it and was well wide. And Avose was not thrilled with that decision. We have now entered stoppage time.
Played too quickly for Francis's taste. Moja Hill wanted to have a shot on frame. Missed wide.
Anthony Patty to Basayes. Now once again, something every time they switch the field, they're looking for Shinya Kadono. But that's obviously not going to work, especially when you're trying to play the long ball on Gonzalo Salguero. And he heads it right to Brandon Gomez. We've already played half a minute of stoppage time. Yet it doesn't appear as if we've heard the official announcement yet.
Still haven't seen an announcement.
There was a whistle blown. Free kick for Albion.
Looks like 7 minutes on the board now.
And now Lundin with an opportunity. Lennon Carrion, will he get the shot off? What a nice slide tackle. What a great defensive play. Will be a corner for Albion.
The commitment on defense right now from LA4 is very impressive. That's going to be quite a raspberry for Ivan Hernandez. You know that stings.
And like you said, is it going to be 7 minutes of stoppage time?
They're putting water on him, and it stings even worse.
And yeah, what a play that was. Lennon Carrion just wondering how that one did not end up in the back of the net. And it will be a corner kick, of course, for Albion. Daniel Bedoya will be taking it. I don't think they're going to have some dialed up play here, but here it comes high into the air. The header, not out, trying to get that one in to the net. It goes over the bar. Looks like, and that was actually Shinya Kadono who was unable to put that ball on target.
That's a good opportunity. Just over the bar from Kadono. The defensive commitment right now from LA4 is very impressive.
Brandon Gomez taking the goal kick. Gets it to Moja Hale, and Hale unable to get past Lundin.
Holds Lundin.
And Hale gets himself in the book.
Cards again, just flying around.
Ronaldo Pineda to take the free kick. Hold on, the referee says, not so fast. Instructing the Albion players to back it up a bit. And it will be Daniel Bedoya to take the free kick once again.
Can't give away the ball like that, Moja Hale.
And Hale just came on, but I'm pretty sure he's not too thrilled with himself with how these few minutes have been going. And here it comes from Bedoya. Really, it's another one of those free kicks where you're just wondering what was the purpose of it.
Ball in behind everybody, and Mitchell had to step backwards to try and get anything on it and sends it out for a deep throw in.
We've already
opportunity for Force to waste more time, more than anything.
We've already played 3 minutes of stoppage time.
There's the +7 on the board finally.
Lamelli. Yeah, so 7 minutes of stoppage time. Lamelli's clearance actually took a funny bounce. Now Ivan Hernandez is sending this one high into the air.
That's a proper clearance.
Excellent hang time on it. Ernest Mitchell.
Dragged down Echevarria.
And that time it was Moja Hale sliding this and that one out of bounds. So another throw in for Albion. Bedoya. Quickly to Ronaldo Pineda. Now Tyler Gabarra. Now Basayes. Actually, correction, that was Lundin to Pineda. Bedoya. And that's Kadono. Unable to get past Salguero. Clayton Tor, of course, cannot let that one go out of bounds because it would be a corner kick. Salguero now able to clear it. Looking for Echevarria. He's got Luis Almeida on him. Echevarria doing a good job to readjust. Playing it back for Justin Jovel. And Ronaldo Pineda able to take the ball away. Cadono, can he turn? There was some contact. Referee would not be blowing the whistle for obstruction. Cleared, but straight to Mitchell. Now Avose was, of course, looking that time for Moja Hale, but not going to be able to connect with him. Went straight to Ben Roach.
Too direct.
Bedoya. These Albion players desperately looking to find that equalizer. The header from Basayas. Lomeli bringing plenty of pace. Plenty of pace and speed ever since he's come on. Basayas push from behind will be a free kick for Albion. Got about a little under 2 minutes remaining. We've played already a little over 5 minutes of stoppage time. Albion, of course, running out of time. They would love to find that equalizer. Deep into stoppage time. Here comes the free kick. Avose climbing high to head that one away. Pineda feeling the pressure from Echevarria. Can he take it away?
The battle.
But now Avose, he definitely will be onside. Ben Roach coming well off his line. Very impressive. And Lennon Carrion whistle for the push on Ivan Hernandez. It will be a free kick for the LA Force, and they're so close. They're basically 1 minute away from getting the 3 points.
It's hectic right now. Yeah, super hectic.
Got about 50 seconds remaining. You want to say that perhaps the official might allow a few more seconds after the 7 minutes, because there have been a few stoppages in stoppage time as well. Brandon Gomez sending this one high into the air. Luis Almeida unable to really win that 50-50 ball with Avose. Now it's Moja Hale, who would like to waste some time as well.
He'd also like to maintain possession of the ball, but he can't do that either at the moment.
And Mitchell quickly off the restart. Good work from Justin Jovel to break up that move, and he just wants to take this ball to the corner of the pitch and waste as much time as possible. Now it's Bedoya. Well, hold on, will this be an opportunity for the LA Force to put the game away officially? Avose with the cross, goes off of Luis Almeida. Will be a corner kick for the LA Force. And that should pretty much be just about it.
It's chaotic stuff right now.
Avose now on the ground.
He's getting up. I think we're just slow playing the corner kick here to the match completion.
Now taking the short corner, Echevarria. Taking the short corner from Casillas. Just wanting to waste the clock. Will be a throw-in for the LA Force. Plenty of frustration from these Albion players, but there's really not much more they can do. I think they have run out of time. Avose receiving the throw-in. Still Avose. Wisely plays it back to Ivan Hernandez, and of course Hernandez will play it right back to Brandon Gomez. And yes, there is the final whistle. A 2-1 victory for the LA Force over Albion San Diego. What an entertaining second half we had.
Yeah, tremendous second half, especially from LA Force early in it to score the first 2 goals and give themselves a little bit of a cushion. Let's not forget the free kick from Aldo Quintanilla. Blistered near post, past Ben Roach. So many people have been unable to beat Ben Roach this season. Quintanilla did it. Here's the opener.
And Diego Casillas, yes, getting the scoring started. Of course, cannot forget about the free kick from Aldo Quintanilla. Beautiful.
This win moves LA Force 4 points ahead of the 3 teams battling for third place, and it moves them just 8 points now behind Chattanooga, their closest margin of the season.
So what a night we had. You know, what we saw in the first half, Albion San Diego creating more opportunities They continued creating opportunities, but yet found themselves down 2-0. They fought back. Gabarra scoring from the penalty spot in the 61st minute, but were not able to find the equalizer. And, of course, great victory for the Los Angeles Force.
Yeah, Cyrus Tran for Albion is going to have a hard time getting to sleep tonight, no doubt about it. He had a one-on-one with Gomez that he missed, and an opportunity in the second half that he wasn't able to finish. It could have been a totally different game had Tran finished those opportunities.
And that will wrap it up, of course, from Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park.